Why do we go over here? Okay, lane drifting is still an issue. We don't want to do this. We want to go straight. What are you doing? Okay, so it starts very good. Why? What are you doing? What was that? There is an indication to go into the right lane again. So that didn't happen earlier. So now let's see what happens here. What are you doing? Why? Okay. Okie dokie. So now he's standing a little bit crooked. Lane drifting still an issue. All right. It has been a while that I have been recording something. So I just got the new software installed, which is, what is it now? 11.4.8.1. So trying to record some stuff to see how that works now. And I hope I'm recording on all cameras. It seems like I am. And off we go. Around my neighborhood here in some way. There's actually now a shift in the traffic flow because there's construction going on. And why do we go over here? Okay, lane drifting is still an issue. We don't want to do this. We want to go straight. What are you doing? Okay, so it starts very good, I guess, with some issues. We should have stayed in the straight lane. Didn't go into a right turning lane as usual, the lane drifting. But going back to what I wanted to say, so there is a construction zone and the lanes have been moved over to the opposite side. And I'm trying to get onto the interstate, which I have to remove one of the targets here in a minute. But it's very interesting. With the previous version, it was yanking the yoke around and tried to get me onto a turn that I didn't really want to do at this point, obviously, because that wasn't the on-ramp for the interstate. So that's all changed, and it seems like there is the map heavily being used for the guidance of FSD. So let's see how that works out. The next intersection with the traffic light, I will edit the target that I have on here. So yeah, what else is new? I did a lot of home improvements and driving around with gas-powered cars, helping my son getting a car, and missed a few weekends of being able to record, so I missed doing some videos. Hopefully that can continue now in a more frequent fashion. Okay, so let me edit the trip here and remove this hotel. Yes, we can go this way. So I have a route planned out to see what all happens. And it was already off to a good start with some issues. And as usual, I'm recording two videos. One is the 360 view, which you can watch as a reference, and then there's one that I'm recording with the two GoPros for a better dashboard view and the view out of the front window, the windshield. And that's the video you should probably watch first. But if you want to see something that is happening behind me or next to me or so, then obviously the 360 view is a good thing to do. So here is where the whole traffic shift starts. We are going into a previous middle lane here, and there used to be a right turning lane coming up here that went into this Chateau Elan. And so here we go. The car is slightly confused. This is not our turn, but the other day with the previous version, the car really yanked it in here and tried to go into the right. But now it's not. So let's see if this works better. Now I wish I would have recorded the previous problem, but it's actually working okay, because that's a different traffic pattern. As you can see, nothing is mapped here, so the car needs to figure it out as it goes. Here on the right hand side was the old on-ramp, and the route that I have planned is basically going just to the next exit and then going back a certain way so I can see some of the lane drifting, if that's still happening. But again, as we could see already, it is. I still don't like this on-ramp behavior here. Not the best. No indication, no acceleration. And the speed limit here is not 60. Certainly not. So that updated now. So, okay, don't yell at me. I need to edit the trip again. I need to remove the target that kept me on this route here to the interstate. So I would like to be in the right lane right now. The car, most of the times with FSD, is staying in the middle. And it's obviously visible that other people don't like that. So let's see. Why are we going over? I guess the prediction was that the car in the right lane is slower than the middle lane. But it wasn't really necessary at this point. My opinion, too early. And yes, I know I can go in here to autopilot and say that I want to minimize the lane change for the current drive, but this is a setting that you have to do every time you start driving. So I just want to have it as it is when I step into the car, and I also do have the assertive full self-driving option. I don't really want to play around with chill and the other one. Yeah, besides staying in the middle lane and obviously in the left lane most of the times, the interstate drive of FSD is rather uneventful. So there's more happening on the regular roads. So once I'm on that, whichever road that is, I need to remove another target, and then I'm going back towards my neighborhood, and let's see. So there are two left turning lanes here. One is starting here. The other one is right next to us, begins here where the dashed line is, where this Lexus just drove. That's usually the one that I pick when I drive myself. But here we go again. FSD picked this lane. And we could actually scoot up a bit more, which I am pushing the pedal because this is very Atlanta traffic-like, but I'm from Germany, so I am closing in more than others. Yeah, I don't think we will make it on the green here. It may switch. Why are we slowing down? Come on. There's a big gap. I don't really like this. I push the pedal because I don't want to be a jerk. All right, I think we can edit the trip now and remove this target. Yep, that's the way I want to go. I know the speed limit is 35, but everybody's driving faster here, so adjusting it a bit. So others on X Twitter have been saying that the new version 11.4.8.1 is still not fixing several known issues. One we have seen already, the lane drift into the right turning lane on that gated community in the beginning. And the route that I'm going right now, I'm actually trying to see if it happens a few more times. I actually need to put in another target, which I will when we stop again. Or maybe right now, let me see. We go to Starbucks after that. Edit. Okay. Oh Lord, very late indication. Okay, so I wouldn't have done that, and I pushed the pedal because I didn't want to stop on the intersection, but that wasn't good, that left turn. And I can now edit my trip and remove the pharmacy. It's an awful lot of nagging happening. It seems more so than with the previous version, which was 11.4.7.4 if I remember right. Speed it up just a little bit here. Okay. I guess it slowed down just a little bit because of the car that came from the right. Not sure why we're slowing down, but now we should stop. And it says stopping for traffic light. Come on, go, go. go? Why are you so slow? Yeah, so far I'm not really thrilled with this release. It did handle the scenario with the on-ramp though, and it didn't go into that right turning lane beforehand, but we see. That handling of the intersection, you know, still going on a yellow light, that wasn't good. So we should be in the right turning lane here. Nobody really behind us, okay. So it seems like you can keep going here, but there's a yield sign. So we should go. Okay. Oh, there's another thing I would like to do here. Let's go to this store first, and then to Starbucks. So on this road here, there are some right turning lanes where the car used to drift into, with several of those 11.4.something versions. I have it all on my YouTube channel. It's not doing it here though, but drastically slowing down. Interesting. That would be, there's my test to see what happens now. Let's see. Are we going into this one? No. There's a video on my channel where I'm going into this right turning lane and have to do a loop in order to come back. What about here? No, we're going straight. Okay. Actually, let's add this one here to it. I want to go, because I started my trip here in this cul-de-sac, and I want to see if this right turning lane behavior is happening again. So which way are we going right now? It just canceled the route? What happened? Did I cancel it? I don't remember. Okay. Not a big deal. Let's go this way. It used to drift into those lanes here too. the one that I just passed, and this one here as well. So here it says keep moving. You have 2 lanes. We obviously will end up in the right lane of those, but the right lane ends up becoming a right turning lane, and so we need to go over to the other lane. So I'm not really sure. It says keep moving. I'm pushing the pedal because I have somebody behind me. And so now we need to move over into the other lane, or we find ourselves in a right turning lane, which is typical lane drifting behavior. So what happens now? I'm prepared. Okay, so it takes the turn. It has to. So then it does. Okay, we can do this. This is better. The last time when it happened, it was actually going further down the road in order to make a U-turn in a gated community, which we couldn't go into. So let's try this whole thing again and see if this ends up in an infinite loop. We would have to be in the right turning lane. Nobody behind me. Thinking hard. Okay. Okay, so which lane are we ending up now? Let's see how many times we can do this. Okay, watch the pedestrian. Good. Loop number 1. Let's see if the car is learning. Same behavior. And my 360 camera will stop recording in a second and then come back on again. So I will probably have a jump in the editing, but that's because of the 360 camera. So here he goes again, SpongeBob. And I have somebody behind me. And here goes the 360 camera. So we're in the wrong lane again. And would make the right turn again. Oh, no. Not good. That's why you always need to be prepared. But for a second, it seemed like the car was trying to go straight. And still decided to turn right. So let's go again. Which one is this now? Number 3? I forgot counting, so we're slowing down again. Nobody behind me. And my camera moved. So, let's see. We should be in the left lane, but we are not. Correct my camera. Oh, I think this suction cup came off. Okay. That's why. Oh, Lordy. Okay, this time it makes the turn without trying to turn. Oh, to keep going straight. So, let's keep going. I'm pretty sure some people that see me doing this, like this person here in that Jeep on the left-hand side, is thinking, what is he doing? So, not really confident. I don't have anybody behind me. So this would be the point where we could go into the straight lane. Are we going to do this? Is the car realizing it? Okay, so we broke the spell. We broke the spell. So if this would be a robo-taxi with the current setup, you would have your guests going in the circle for a few times before it goes to the right track. Let me go. Can't really go here. So it seems like it's not easy to add other destinations. Okay. Hard slowdown. Actually, let me go here real quick. See how this left turn is being handled. Yeah, maybe I go to the post office. Okay. Try to cut the corner. And let me remove this church, and then let me add the Starbucks back. Need to edit the trip. Sometimes I wish what you add is gonna be added to the end of the trip and not in between. But it would be nice to have a preference for that. So with previous versions, coming up here on that intersection, there is a stop sign on the right hand side that doesn't apply to the way that we go, but previous versions ended up making the car stop. So not this one, but when you come around, the sign that you see there is for this little street here. So are we making a stop? No, we just slow down, kind of. Okay. And that was very annoying. And then in here, previous versions would kind of intermittently slow down real hard when there was a car coming from the opposite side. Sometimes without cars. So all of this has been improved. Actually, let me go down this way. Let's go here. Yeah, it's okay if it's closed. I don't really want to really go there, but I want the car to go this way. So the way that I will go in a second goes along a road where I had like constant lane drifting to into the right turning lanes. There has been some construction in terms of adding more exits for some new businesses there. But let's see how this is being handled now. And I apologize if you're watching the videos and you're thinking I'm always going in the same, directions on the same roads, and we have the sun really hard on the same roads and nothing really new. But the problem for me is to best kind of compare the previous version to a new version is to go the ways that I'm going very often, and I'm very familiar with what FSD does. So I apologize if the sun is really bright. Let's see if I can do this, perhaps. So yeah, this is new here. So let's see, lane drifting happened here before, it doesn't happen right now. It was actually going over the, dashed lane here, the dashed lines, and then going in. That's actually not bad. Why, what are you doing? What was that? Disengaged because the car was trying to make a turn for no apparent reason. Maybe it was because of the target that I had earlier. Gonna have to try this again. This is kind of weird. Don't really want to go this way. Need to make a U-turn. I will make a U-turn when the time comes. Because we had the same issue in the other direction. Okay, so how is the car gonna make a U-turn? Right here, when we still accelerate. Alrighty. Oh, okay, maybe here. Let me see if the car can really make a U-turn. That would be interesting. I don't have... The truck is coming. Car. Let's see what the car is trying to do. So let me be prepared here. So the truck is going to stay there. I'm not sure what the car is trying to do. Yep, let me do this. Very popular spot here for lane drifting as well. Especially coming up right now. Previous versions used to lane drift into this right turning lane, and I could see it being shown but not happening, so good. So I guess U-turns are not really something for FSD yet. Like a real hard U-turn. Add this one and immediately edit it and move it down. Okay. that's not really the way I want to go. So I guess I have to kickstart this manually. Yeah, let me remove the post office. And take over manually here. Make a U-turn and try the whole thing again. Interesting. So let's see when it remaps. Okay, we are good to go. The sun again, sorry for that, but this is too interesting for me. Not trying this again would be a shame. So the new target that I have right now has nothing to do with where we had this attempted right turn with signaling. So and I actually will put in the Starbucks right now and take out this Jack's restaurant or whatever that was, and then let's go. No indication of going into this lane. Good. There is an indication to go into the right lane again, so that didn't happen earlier. So now let's see what happens here. What are you doing? Okay. This is the wrong thing. You cannot go this lane. The car made a lane drift into the right turning lane, and instead of going straight, okay. So yeah, lane drifting still a hard issue. And let me kick things off manually here first. And back to self-driving. So yeah, that gives me, so here we slow down again. Okay. Don't go into the river. Yeah. Now it stays in the lane. One tap of an indicator. Do I have somebody behind me? No. We could actually go. We could go. Nobody behind me, good. So this is red and we are stopping even though one is broken. And we're coming back to the same construction zone here where the interstate on-ramp shifted, and obviously, as you can see, the traffic here shifts over too. So be prepared. And it's following the lane shifting. Okay, good. Not bad. That's how it should be. Coming close to an hour of recording, so I think I will get this one wrapped up, edit, and try to upload to YouTube. One more thing though, that intersection where we line up here on the traffic light has a right turning lane where this car constantly drifted into instead of going straight every time. And actually I want to go to that Starbucks if we are not splitting the 360, and I can see already it's trying to go into this lane for whatever reason. Why? Okay. Okie dokie, so now he's standing a little bit crooked. Lane drifting, still an issue. So let's see, on the next intersection, on the next traffic light, the car used to slow down even when it was green. I don't know why, but it was getting real slow. If you had traffic behind you, you had to push the pedal. So Let's see if that has changed. Then right after that traffic light, we need to stay in this lane. The car always shifted over into the left lane, which it will end up in 2 left turning lanes instead of going straight. So here we go again. It slows down. No. Are we staying in this lane? Yes. That's good. So yeah, I guess I'm getting some Starbucks. Maybe not. Let's see. And gonna go home, download the materials, and edit. And see you on another video.